So recently, I was thinking about Pixar's Gatto, their next original film coming out in 2027, and I saw the release dates of summer 2027, and I went, oh no. If you don't move these movies, well, then the film is going to be in a heap of trouble. But there's some hope to this. There's a way Disney can fix this. So, what am I talking about exactly here? Well, here's why I think Gatto from Disney could be in big trouble. So here we go. Here's the release dates of summer 2027. We have movies like How to Train Your Dragon, Spider-Verse, and Gatto coming out in the same day. Shrek 5, Man of Tomorrow, Simpsons Movie 2, Minecraft Movie 2, and Quiet Place 3. Now, what is the problem with this? Well, June alone has 4 family movies that they're competing against, and families don't really have that kind of money to buy tickets for 4 of those PG family films. That is just too many films for families. And not just that too, with the fact that Spider-Verse is released on the same day as Gatto, and Gatto has to compete with Spider-Verse, Shrek, and How to Train Your Dragon, all very successful franchises, and this is just an original movie, Gatto is going to be very overshadowed, and it's going to absolutely tank at the box office if Disney does not do something with its release date. Not to mention, July has Superman, Simpsons, Minecraft, and Quiet Place, and then a week after that, you got the Bluey movie? Yeah. I don't want another Elio story how this becomes the worst performing Pixar film, because the concept seems genuinely interesting, and I think it could be a great film for Pixar. But with all of these films coming out, I am really scared that this is going to have too much competition, and if they don't move the release date, this could be disastrous for Pixar. And after how many flops they've had this decade, they do not want another one. How can Disney fix this release date to make sure that this film doesn't flop? Well, you gotta delay the movie. People are saying stuff like, we could delay to September or Labor Day weekend. I'm like, no. Pixar doesn't really do that. They don't really put their films in just random release dates. They have 2 specific release dates, March and June. And since both of those options are kind of taken out in 2027, can't believe I'm saying this, you're gonna have to delay the movie to 2028. I know that's very hefty, but let's take a look at the March 2028 calendar over here. Yes, here is the March 2028 calendar, and where I think Gatto could end up is releasing March 10th, 2028. I know it's like a 9-month delay, but they have to delay this movie and push it from that very crowded release window of 2027. Yes, it's fun that we're getting so many of these big films, but truth of the matter is, a lot of them are going to eat away at each other, and a lot of them are going to be fighting to become the big next contender at the box office. Like, the box office is going to be overly crowded in 2027, and it's not just with Gatto. Like, they gotta plan their release dates better, because if you're having this many family films, or just this many films in general colliding and competing so much against each other, well, you're gonna be in big trouble, and not all of them are gonna absolutely succeed on their own. And that's why I think the only right option for Gatto is that it has to be pushed, even if it's a delay of 2028, which I think would be pretty good because, we have The Incredibles 3 just 3 months after. And if with Hoppers and Toy Story 5 coming out in 2026, if that original film and then a sequel actually works for both films are successful, Gatto in 2028 before Incredibles 3. Just 3 months, but I think that would actually really work for Pixar. I mean, the only sad thing is that we're not going to have any Pixar original in 2027, let alone no Pixar film at all. But we'll still have movies like Frozen 3 and Avengers Secret Wars, so 2027 will be fine regardless, even if we don't have a Pixar film. It's just, I don't want another Pixar film to flop. I love Pixar as a company, but I feel like if they have another flop with an original movie, they're probably going to heavily rely on sequels, and they're probably going to feel lost in what their direction of the future of the company is, which is very sad to see. I know they said when Lightyear flopped, they did a lot of soul searching and were very confused as of why it flopped, feeling like they can't make any good movies for us anymore. I still think they can make great films, like Hoppers looks great, but if they don't want a flop with Gatto, you have to push it. Even though it's hefty, it's necessary. So, what do you guys think about this for Gatto? Do you think the movie has to be delayed, or do you think there's another option in order for this film to still be successful?